there. Greetings from Houston, Texas. This is Andrea Cannon, and I'm back with another mini lesson. You will see I got snowmen on my shirt, and I have a couple of Christmas things out. That's because in our live streams, we're doing a Christmas in July week. Anyway, that's always fun. And another project that's going on around here is I'm recording what we call jazz etudes because it's that season. The Texas Jazz Educators Association, together with Texas Music Educators Association, have some etudes for audition in the all-state jazz band. And of course, the first step is all region jazz, and that comes up in October. So usually we like to have them done by now, but I'm getting to the project kind of late. Anyway, so it gave me an inspiration for something that I wanted to talk about, and that is the swing feel versus the shuffle feel. And that is applicable in rock, jazz, blues, and all kinds of styles, actually. So what I'm going to do is show you what we have here this year for the jazz etudes that the prospective guitar students are working on or will be working on very soon. And if you're interested, by the way, I recorded the etudes for the 2024 Jazz Band 25 and 26. Those are on my my YouTube page. I think they're easy enough to find. So if you're interested, have a look. And what they asked me to record is the each etude and then a tutorial for people who are working on them. So I don't display the parts all the way because they're selling them. So, I can give you a little peek, but if you really want to buy them, contact the TMEA website. Anyway, and they're cheap, so no problem. Okay. We have 3 this year. We always have 3, but this one is a comping etude, so it only has the chord changes, and the tune this year is There Is No Greater Love. But all you have to do is play the chords with a swing beat, and they do provide a rhythm track to record with. Now, for guitar etude 2 this year, they're using the tune Straight No Chaser, which is a swing blues composed by Thelonious Monk. So you should listen to that. It's a very cool tune. And it's a little tricky to play, but fun once you master it. And it does use shuffle feel. So we're going to talk about that. And then this one's from a tune called Record-a-May. And all they show you on the sheet are the chord changes and a solo that someone has written out that they want you to play along with. So the Record-a-May back to the top. So you will be playing straight eighths along with that. So what that means is if you had your metronome going, let's say around 100, it's not too fast. Okay, let's bump it up just a little. Dum, 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 dum. So here's a little A minor in the straight eighth note, even eighth note feel. Okay, so that would be even eighths. Now, then for and that's guitar Etude 3 this year. So guitar Etude 2 features Straight No Chaser, which, like I said, is kind of a bluesy thing, and it goes. Okay, now if you're playing for that one, you're going to use the shuffle feel. So that would be the even feel. So I don't know if you can feel the difference or not. And if you can't, then that would be something we could talk about. And we will talk about. As I have said before, I like to make these lessons last about 15 minutes, so I'm going to get into it as much as I can. I thought I'd point it out and give you an idea for how you can get busy practicing it if it seems like something that's confusing for you. And I wanted to tell a couple of stories. This one's live. I mean, it's a real story about a real person, and that would be J.C. Fogarty from the band Creedence Clearwater Revival. He wrote a book about his life that was called Fortunate Son, and his something that he talked about the most was how frustrated he was about losing the rights to his music, which of course you can't blame him for that. But another thing he addressed was the fact that he didn't feel comfortable with his drummer, and he could not communicate to the drummer, Doug Clifford, how to play a shuffle feel. So that's where instead of you sort of do, it's sort of you take a triplet and you give the first two like. So sometimes it is confusing to keep your place in a shuffle if you're really used to playing swing. Latin music uses a more even feel, and so that would be even eighth notes, like we're doing in Record A this year, and then the swing eighths would be what we're doing in Straight No Chaser and a lot of other blues. So unless it's a Latin blues, you're probably not going to be doing straight eighths in a blues. So anyway, he never was able to get Doug Clifford used to playing a shuffle. So you can hear this. I can't remember which tune it is now. I have to come back and tell you, where there's no drums in one part of the song, and that it might be Midnight Special. When there's no drums, they go to a shuffle feel, and then when they go back to then it's even eighths, because that's just what worked best for the band with the drummer. So anyway, okay, so let's go through a whole chorus again. It would be easier if I had a backing track recorded for you, but let's like a 4-bar thing. That's 4 bars. Lost my pick. Okay, now let's contrast that with the other one. I'll take the same pattern and see if we can do it with even eighths. So not sure if that's going to help you out a lot, but I can tell you that if you find recorded versions of these songs where you have the whole rhythm section, then I think that will help you. If you can play along and match the feel, that'll get you a good start to feeling the difference between a shuffle versus a swing. And and one more story before we have to sign off. And that would be, and this one, it's just a funny story. It has nothing to do really with shuffle versus swing, but it comes from a popular movie from, I don't know, a few years back. It's kind of an old movie now, called Mr. Holland's Opus. And if you saw the movie, he was a guy that wanted to be a composer, but then I guess he got married and had a kid, so he had to get an actual, job. And he became a band director at a school. And so he had he had to teach one of his percussionists. Wasn't The feel for music wasn't quite where it needed to be. So the funniest thing that he did in the movie to help him, he did many things, and that's a lighthearted part of the movie to watch and take in all the ideas that he had for how to help him feel the beat. And one of them was, not that I recommend this, but it was funny, to put a football helmet on him and get a rubber mallet and kind of tap the helmet to help him feel the beat. Anyway, I guess it worked. I think he was playing the bass drum, so you definitely can't have your bass drummer not in time with the rest of your band. So anyway, so that was some just a little thumbnail peek into swing versus shuffle. And as I said, these etudes will be out shortly, within the next couple of weeks max. And so if you need a longer sample to play along with, you'll have those. But meantime, you can look up Straight No Chaser for a nice shuffle, and record them. I'll put those titles in the chat so you can look them up. All righty? Okay. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or what have you. And I will see you again next week.